What if Yuichiro became a demon slayer instead of Muichiro? What will happen to Muichiro? Will he be stronger than his twin brother Muichiro? Or will he be able to defeat Kokushibo in the Infinity Castle? And most importantly, will he even become a demon slayer? We'll talk about all that in a sec, but first, please hit the subscribe button. It'll help me a lot with that YouTube algorithm. So firstly, it'll all be the same. His mother dies from illness while his father goes to the mountains in a stormy night in search for a herb that could heal his mother. Then, as you know already, he slips and dies, leaving him and his brother Muichiro to live on their own. Why does every character from Demon Slayer has a very tragic backstory? It's like they can't escape without having some tragic incident in their life some way or the other. Comment which character you think has the most tragic backstory. So anyway, back to the video. He says those same offensive words to Muichiro. Then Kagaya's wife comes to consult him, but he drives her away. Then one night, a demon gets inside their house while they were sleeping. But this time, it's different. Instead of Yuichiro saving his brother, it's Muichiro who saves him. His arm gets cut off. Yuichiro then snaps and kills the demon. He goes to his brother Muichiro only to see him in the brink of death. He says his last words to Yuichiro and then he dies. Lady Amine then comes and rescues him and treats his injuries. He heals his injuries and goes back to how his life was before his encounter with the demon and does not become a demon slayer. End of story. But let's say he doesn't go back and becomes a Hashira. At this point, you might be wondering that Yuichiro don't have the same mentality and determination like Muichiro to become a demon slayer. But let's just say he did. He mourns his dead brother Muichiro and thinks that he is now all alone with no one left with him. With this taught, he swears to become a demon slayer and makes an oath to exterminate all the demons in the world. And just like his brother Muichiro would, he begins his training and in just 2 months, he had excelled his skills and becomes a Hashira. Now, in the Swordsmith village, he meets Tanjiro and Nezuko. Then they encounter Hantengu. He beheads him only for Hantengu to make more clones of himself. He gets blown away, saves Kotetsu and Kozo Hanamori. Then he cross paths with Upper Moon 5. Gyako. The fight goes on as usual, but when he gets trapped in Gyoko's water prison pod, he remembers his father and instantly recognizes him. As he doesn't have amnesia, unlike Muichiro, he frees himself without having Kotetsu to save him. He instantly unlocks his Demon Slayer mark because he doesn't need to remember his tragic memories like Muichiro, as he never forgot them. He becomes the first Hashira in his generation to unlock his Demon Slayer mark. He gets to Haganezuka before Gyoko could ruin his beautiful face. Yuichiro is now in his full potential. He gives that same creepy face which gave me nightmares and defeats Gyoko. After that, he joins Tanjiro and the others to defeat Hantengu. Now let's shift to the Infinity Castle. He meets the Upper Moon one, the one and only Kokushibo. Yuichiro can't stop his body shaking from Kokushibo's immense power and strength. Kokushibo asks his name and tells Yuichiro that he is his descendant. Yuichiro doesn't care even if Kokushibo is his ancestor and awakens his Demon Slayer mark and doesn't let his guard down. Kokushibo strikes and was about to cut his hand, but Yuichiro, being stronger than Muichiro, kind of prevents his hand from being cut off. At this moment, you might be thinking how he prevented Kokushibo's attack. See, Yuichiro is very much different from his twin, Muichiro, even in his morals and beliefs. Muichiro got his hand slashed only because he let his guard down when Kokushibo revealed that he is his ancestor. He was shocked and could not believe that Kokushibo could be his ancestor, whereas Yuichiro did not care, so he did not let his guard down and thus prevented from getting his arm sliced off. He then somehow survives the battle until the other Hashiras show up. Yuichiro then stabs Kokushibo. And at that moment, Genya then pulls up a gun and uses his blood demon art, trapping Kokushibo, whereas Yuichiro gets caught in the process. Then Kokushibo frees himself, pulling many swords out from his body,
cutting Yuichiro's body in half. Even though he was cut in half, he still doesn't let go of his sword.
But eventually Yuichiro dies just like his brother Muichiro. Gyomei closes his eyes and says that they owe their victory against Kokushibo through the efforts of Yuichiro and says his last goodbye. Yuichiro opens his eyes in the afterlife and sees his brother Muichiro, who praises him for becoming a strong demon slayer. He hugs him and accepts his death. So that's how it go if Yuichiro became a demon slayer instead of Muichiro. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe for more content like these. Till then, watch my other videos and see you in my next video. Bye and keep being awesome.